Well, you guys, welcome to Uptown Billiards. I am the warm body representing TwoDogsPress tonight. I am neither James Jay nor Thor Nolan. My name is Aly Jay, and I'm pleased to be here to introduce Game, the new book of poems by Jill Devine. She graciously allowed me to do a quick Uptown plug. And since you are all supporters and appreciators of the literary community, I'd like to invite you guys to come back here on March 8th, which is a Saturday afternoon. We'll start about 3 o'clock. And it's our 4th annual Hunter S. Thompson Memorial. You can only imagine that a day dedicated to Hunter S. Thompson is not so subdued. It is full of wild turkey, great readings, some of your absolute favorites and some of his more obscure work. And we invite you to come in full costume if you haven't been here for Hunter S. Thompson Day. It's a sight to see, like 15 people dressed up and in Hunter S. Thompson mode, so please come join us for that. I have the honor of introducing Jill. And I have to tell you, I don't do introductions. So I thought about telling you a little bit about her life and like kind of a book report on the background of what Jill Devine is about. And then I thought about giving you a resume of her various degrees and jobs and awards and accolades. And then I scrapped both of those ideas. And I decided that I wanted to talk to you just really briefly about work and the work of art and the work of poetry. And it will be brief, because there's nothing I hate more than long introductions. But on the subject of work and on the subject of the necessity of poetry, I actually want to use some of Jill's words that I found on her blog, oneyearofopus.blog something. At any rate, if you look up 1 year of opus. She actually gave up conventional work for a year to do nothing but work on art, making furniture or painting or writing, whatever it was, which is, if nothing else, ballsy.
Overeat.
Right, there you go. But she has this piece about poetry, and all of us who are part of the literary community or the artistic community, we all know that it's necessary to have art in our lives, but some people are going out there, they're like, really? How much work is it to be a writer? Well, this is about the necessity of writing. This is under the subject, 2 things that could save your life. I'm not going to get into number 2, which, if you haven't read it, I'm going to save you the suspense. It's a colonoscopy. We're not getting into that one. But number 1 on that list was poetry. So this is number 1, 2 things that could save your life. Poetry, not really, but it could help you like life more, see life better, feel like other people go through the same stellar, beautiful, awkward, nasty-ass, Mardi Gras, sublime, tragic experiences too. I think poetry helps people feel less alone. It can, in a very short span, introduce the reader to stories and feelings that are unnameable and yet familiar. Or not. I don't know for sure, but it's worth a try. I think the work of the artist is sometimes to create things that are just beautiful and help us transcend what's going on in our lives, and that's true, and that's a part of it. But I think for the most part, whether you're writing poetry or you're painting or you're creating music, part of your work as an artist is to take those human experiences and translate them in a way that's universal to all of us. And beyond that, it puts you by nature as an artist to be a catalyst for other things, to be an activist, to document, to explain things, to help the rest of us, the appreciators, understand our experiences a little bit better. And that, I think, is the main point of Jill's work. She has an amazing ability as a writer to take one moment, one experience, and just put the brakes on, slow it down, give you a second to get your shit together. And she does it in a language that is not only beautiful, but wholly accessible to those of us who couldn't write a line of poetry if our lives depended on it. Miles Wagner wrote a piece on the back of her book, and I'd just like to read a bit of that. Divine's debut accomplishes one of poetry's highest aims. It teaches us to pay attention to the fleeting moments of our lives. And on that, I'd like to introduce Miss Jill Divine.